A new wave of Aquarian Awakening is here. Millions know that this is why they are here. In this video, we will explore the extraordinary astrological activations that are coming this decade and how they can trigger our spiritual awakening and collective evolution. We will also bring news of a series of global meditation link-ups and consciousness-raising events known as the Aquarian Transfiguration days that will empower these activations for ourselves and the collective consciousness and maximize the potential for Aquarian Awakening. First of all, what is Aquarian Awakening? It refers to the spiritual evolution of our collective consciousness and our journey into the age of Aquarius, an age associated with spiritual awakening, expanded consciousness, humanitarianism, societal transformation, technological advancement, greater interconnectivity of all things, and true freedom. Let us quickly look back to see how the coming Aquarian activations were prepared for by the Aquarian activations of the 1960s, when the term Age of Aquarius gained popularity. On February the 5th, 1962, all 7 visible planets lined up in Aquarius, with a total solar eclipse in Aquarius. This was a truly staggering moment of Aquarian activation that set the scene for 2 more Aquarian activations of the 1960s, both involving Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, the Uranus-Pluto conjunction, and the Uranus-Neptune sextile. These Aquarian activations marked a time of powerful spiritual awakening and collective evolution. It is impossible to enumerate all instances of this spiritual awakening and collective evolution, but standout examples include the love and peace movement, the civil rights movement, the environmental movement, transpersonal psychology, alternative therapies, meditation, the emergence of spiritual communities, and a spiritual focus in popular music. The Uranus-Pluto conjunction of the 1960s triggered societal transformation and the transformation of collective consciousness by empowering the Aquarian vision, which is the vision of a consciously connected world embodying higher consciousness and spiritual values. Moving into orb in 1963, this Uranus-Pluto conjunction was exact 3 times in the 1960s, October 1965, April 1966, and June 1966. It was at this time that the countercultural movement associated with all things spiritual and alternative took off. The Uranus-Neptune sextile of the 1960s triggered the spiritual awakening that is so integral to the Aquarian vision, which manifested in the 1960s as the love and peace movement, the explosion of spiritual communities, a new spiritual focus in popular music, and the rise of meditation, alternative therapies, and transpersonal psychology, a new psychology that explored peak experiences and spirituality. The Uranus-Neptune sextile was exact 5 times in the 1960s. September 1966, January 1967, July 1967, April 1968, and May 1968. Around these times, many momentous collective events happened that bear the signature of the Aquarian Age. The 1967 human being at Golden Gate Park involved 20 to 30,000 countercultural people standing for higher consciousness. The first ever global satellite broadcast was made in 1967, featuring the Beatles singing All You Need Is Love live, which went to number 1 in the UK charts in July 1967, while Uranus and Neptune were exactly sextile. The historic anti-war March on Washington in 1967 involving 50,000 people, even included a mass meditation in which participants visualized light surrounding the Pentagon. While the Uranus-Neptune sextile was exact in 1968, the Beatles and Donovan studied meditation together in India, helping to popularize meditation around the world. This was the time when Donovan wrote and recorded the 1960s song Hurdy-Gurdy Man. Significantly, Donovan said that the hurdy-gurdy man represented someone who awakens spiritual consciousness in others. Following the 1960s, the next aspect to occur between Uranus and Neptune was the Uranus-Neptune conjunction, which was in aspect between 1989 and 1997. This period marked another phase of spiritual awakening and collective social change. Sacred site activations and global meditation linkups unfolded on a large scale. Key spiritual channelings were brought through. New Age music took off. For example, sacred spirits, chants and dances of the Native Americans charted for 27 weeks in the UK albums chart. The Cold War was proclaimed over and the internet was established to connect us globally. Having experienced a lull since the end of the 1990s, we are now entering the next Aquarian activation phase, with Pluto's entry into Aquarius and the next Uranus-Neptune sextile. Pluto entered Aquarius in January 2024. It will briefly go back into Capricorn on September 1st, 2024, before returning to Aquarius on November 19th, 2024. Where it will remain until 2043. Pluto is the planet of power and deep transformation. In Aquarius, we will surely learn from it the lesson of collective power. On the one hand, Pluto in Aquarius represents the wielding of global technological power to transform society for better or worse. On the other hand, it represents the transformation of societies into spiritual communities of light to birth the Aquarian vision. Since Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, Pluto's placement in Aquarius today strongly echoes the conjunction of Pluto and Uranus in the 1960s. To harness the highest expression of Pluto in Aquarius and actively contribute to this transformation of collective consciousness, we can collectively form groups and networks committed to building spiritual communities founded on spiritual values such as love, compassion, peace, joy, wisdom, unity and freedom. Communities where we can recover from the repression of our consciousness and spirituality and reconnect with our true spiritual nature and the magic of life. There is no place for ego here. The spirit is completely humanitarian. To make the most of this Pluto activation, we can meditate and cultivate a strong connection with our spiritual light on a daily basis and commit to grounding it into our every physical action. The more we stay present in our light, the more we will be able to embody our light and play our part in the Aquarian Awakening. In particular, we can focus on transforming how we use technology so that we use it wisely. We are likely to see the power of technology increase dramatically with Pluto in Aquarius, so it is crucial that we do not build a technological prison around us and compromise our spiritual awakening and ability to ground the higher Aquarian vision into our lives. No matter what, we do not have to agree to anything that is not the light. Now let's look at the Uranus-Neptune sextile. This is already in orb, but won't be exact until the years 2025 to 2027, when its influence will be clearly felt, particularly when Pluto forms activating sextiles and trines to it from Aquarius, confirming the next phase of Aquarian Awakening. The Uranus-Neptune sextile will be exact 5 times between 2025 and 2027. August 2025, November 2025, July 2026, January 2027, and June 2027. Incredibly, while Uranus and Neptune are in sextile with each other and being aspected by Pluto, Saturn will conjunct Neptune in February 2026, representing the grounding of awakened spirituality into our material lives and the dissolving of barriers to greater unity. When Saturn and Neptune last met in a conjunction in 1989, the Berlin Wall and Iron Curtain both fell immediately. When we look at how the astrological aspects will form over the coming few years, they seem orchestrated for spiritual awakening. Take a look at how the Uranus-Neptune sextile is activated by Pluto and Jupiter in July 2026 when it is exact. Astonishingly, they share many of the same degrees with perfect synchrony. Is this the divine at work? Before August 2024, the most sensitive of us may feel that something is changing energetically. But it won't be until the second half of August that the energy of the Uranus-Neptune sextile will become more noticeable, particularly on the Aquarian Transfiguration Day of August the 19th, when the Aquarius full moon will exactly square Uranus. The precision of this square and the exact time of the full moon is extraordinary. Like the activations that are coming in 2025 and 2026, there is a sense of divine orchestration. Between September and October 2024, the Uranus-Neptune sextile will close in at 1 to 2 degrees of orb, and we should have a more palpable sense that spiritual awakening is on its way. However, Pluto's movement out of Aquarius into Capricorn in September tells us that we will have to wait for the full download. It suggests that we will need to revisit how we structure our physical lives and societies to better bring them into alignment with our spiritual values and the Aquarian vision. At this time, we will be called to go out on a limb and to trust, to start making proactive physical changes to our lives, networks, communities and societies to better reflect our awakening spirituality and to prepare for anchoring in the Aquarian energies that will intensify in 2025 and 2026 when the Uranus-Neptune sextile becomes exact and is activated by Pluto. Practical light-filled action is essential. After October 2024, Uranus and Neptune will start to move out of sextile again, having primed us. It won't be until July 2025 that the sextile will move back into a 1 to 2 degree orb, to be followed by the first exact sextile in August 2025, maximizing the potential for the collective consciousness to awaken spiritually. Therefore, we can see that spiritual attunement and preparation for spiritual awakening and the embodiment of our Aquarian values is the key message for 2024 and early 2025. For preparation, practice daily meditation for spiritual attunement and inner guidance, and infuse higher vibratory light in meditation to clear your subtle energy body. Consider the role you might play during the Aquarian activations and what you need to do to prepare for this. How can you anchor light into yourself and the physical structures of the world? What alternative systems can you create or co-create that honor the highest potential of the Aquarian vision? What groups and networks can you form? And how will you guide and assist others in preparing for the Aquarian activations? The Aquarian Transfiguration Days are a series of global meditation linkups and consciousness-raising events to empower the Aquarian awakening and transfiguration of consciousness. The transfiguration of consciousness occurs when the spiritual self manifests through the personality self, transforming it so that it becomes a vehicle for the spiritual self. The expression of spiritual values on Earth will naturally follow from this. The first Aquarian Transfiguration Day will be held on August the 19th, 2024. Please mark this day in your own consciousness-raising way and join us in a global meditation link up at 7 p.m. UK time for at least 33 minutes. In the UK, we will hold a meditation gathering at the amazing Avebury Stone Circle for this time. If you would like to attend, arrive in plenty of time around 6:30 p.m. Otherwise, link in distantly from your own location, preferably in a group at a sacred site or place of power, and connect in spirit with a sacred intent and elevated consciousness as you contemplate the resolution of the astrological themes and bring in the light for the world. In your meditation, hold the intention and vision for humanity to evolve by moving beyond limited ego patterning and choosing enlightened spiritual values and actions and embodying the highest expression of the astrological themes. These astrological themes are described in the astrology reading for the Aquarian Transfiguration Day that is on aquariantransfiguration.com. As you hold this intention and vision, send it out to humanity to receive with the divine light to guide them. To help raise awareness, please assist us by networking and promoting this video and the Aquarian Transfiguration Day. For more information, to register as a local contact, to download leaflets and to stay up to date with each Aquarian Transfiguration Day, visit aquariantransfiguration.com.